Hello and welcome to That Shooting Show. My name is Steve Anderson. I am your humble host. Want to thank Walther, the title sponsor of this program, and AndersonShooting.com. This, of course, is the Walther PDP SF match. It is the finest production type handgun on the market. And of course, we are broadcasting from my buddy Mike Purcell's house in Bowling Green, Ohio. So Mike and I met when we were 14 years old, and we became fast friends after a heated exchange on the school bus. He was new in school, he got on the bus, insults were hurled, and a brotherhood was formed. So thank you very much, Mike Purcell, for allowing me to do my broadcast from your garage, which features an homage. It's an homage garage, and couldn't be a cooler place to do a podcast from. Now, also, CR Speed, as you know, manufactures the finest gun handling gadgetry you can wrap around your waist or anywhere else, coming to you from South Africa. And let's see, Targets USA manufactures the finest steel targetry on the planet. I want to thank Jason Wood for the goodie bag that he delivered. Sorry, the fog machine is so awesome. I'm such a rock star. I mean, such a rock star. The AMG-lab.com Commanderson timer continues to turn heads and blow minds by putting the time into the tablet. Does a lot of other cool stuff as well, but that's the coolest one. And of course, OutdoorDynamics.net remanufactures my ammunition, which dispenses my Freedom Seeds from the finest Freedom Seed dispenser on the planet. And Shooting Sports Innovations is a lot type because there's a lot to see. Hunter's HD Gold is the only eyewear that I am aware of, and I am unaware of any other eyewear that I am aware of. And of course, 180firearmstraining.com is my coach, Keita Bussey, and the world's finest and only dedicated movement specialist. Okay? All right, want to give you some news. You can still go to AndersonShooting.com, upcoming classes. Every single product comes with one of these. Hunter's HD Gold, $200, Hunter's HD Gold class, every range, HD Gold cash, every range class, every online class, literally everything under upcoming class. I just imagine that steam coming out of the ears of my detractors. Oh, he's at it. Oh, he's at it again. He's going to choke to death on his own fog machine. Boy, wouldn't that be something? Steve Anderson dies at the hands of his own fog machine. And of course, the Keita Bussey video analysis is the best value. $100 gets you 3 stages reviewed by the mighty Keita Bussey, who will find not only your low-hanging fruit, she'll find all of your fruit, and she will give you custom drills designed to ripen all of your fruit. And she's the best in the business at video reviews. She's literally the reason why I stopped doing them. She's just so much better at it than I am. There's just no reason to not take advantage of that. It's $100, and you get one of these. You actually make money when you do that. Go to AndersonShooting.com, upcoming classes. April 19th, we're having a mental management marathon. We're going to do the whole 6-hour presentation in one shot. Make sure my fog machine's not on fire. Wouldn't that be something? April 19th, the full 6-hour presentation. We're going to be with Keita Bussey, July 12th and 13th at Rayners Range in Ohio. The day before, July the 11th, we're doing the entire mental management presentation in the Rayners classroom. If you haven't been to Rayners, it is a beautiful piece of property. That's actually where I made Grandmaster on my 30th birthday. So yes, I did make Grandmaster. That is a scientific fact. It's not open for dispute. That did happen at Rayners Range on my 30th birthday. We'll be returning there. We'll also be celebrating my birthday. My birthday is July 14th, so we'll be celebrating that as well. April 12th and 13th. That's tomorrow. So if you're listening to this today and you want to come hang out in Kalamazoo, you can sign up for that right now. And you can get in on that. There's a couple spots left for tomorrow and Sunday in Kalamazoo. July 25 and 26. I wrote that down. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to be somewhere July 25 and 26. Not entirely sure where. Go to the website, check that out. Bud's Gun Shop. We're doing an indoor classifier skills class at Bud's Gun Shop in, I believe it's Salyerville, Tennessee. That's May 31st and June 1st. April 16th, we're doing our very first ever journal club, where you can get to with some like-minded people and go over journal entries. So that's going to be really, really fun. That's also really cheap. And it comes with one of these. So your journal club, I can't remember, 25 or 50 bucks. I don't remember which, but it's very, very cheap. And you actually make money reading your journal. You make money reading your journal. Okay. April 23rd is an AndersonShooting.com insiders meeting. That's available on the website. May 27, 28, and 29, doing mental management at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. And May 17th is another mental management marathon. And there's a class with Kita, I believe July 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. July 5 through 8 in, I believe it's one of the Carolinas. Go to AndersonShooting.com, click upcoming classes. Everything on that site, all of the classes come with one of these. And some of those things are priced lower than this. So you can actually make money while you're getting better. I mean, it's an amazing deal. Why would you not? Why would you not make money while Kita Bussey reviews your videos and ripens all of your fruit? Like, why would you not do that? It doesn't make any sense. Just got these guys in. They'll be available on the website very soon. It shows a beautifully smiling, happy self-image, not an angry troll. Like, this is not what we do. We do this, right? This is what we do right here. This is my style. This is where I want to be. Okay? You can come after my achievements if you want to, but you're not going to steal my joy. There's simply too much of it. All right, now, my thing is driving new karma over old Dogma. I don't really like to say that because I don't like the idea of a dog getting run over. Yeah, it's clever, it's catchy. Oh, Anderson's into driving over dogs. No, I'm not. I'm using new karma to eclipse old Dogma. There's a lot of it out there. And maybe you've been shooting for decades. Maybe you're a former police officer. Maybe you're former military. There's a lot of old, tired stuff. Like, we don't do this anymore. We don't do this anymore. Well, we do that sometimes, but we don't. We don't do the old Weaver business. We just don't do that. Oh, man, this is so cool. It becomes a love gun. Love gun. I love guns. Love guns. Bill Dolan is singing along right now. All right, Bill Dolan is so jealous of this room. So what I've got here is I've got a list of 36 old ideas that are simply wrong. Now, you can disagree with me if you want. I got to tell you, here in America, you are 100% entitled to your opinion on these matters, right? You can think, do, believe, whatever you want. But if that's the case, if you have a right to your opinion, then I have a right to my opinion. And these are my opinions, right? They're just my opinions. Things I've learned over the course of all of these years studying this stuff. Hang on, gotta wait for the steam. Oh, there it is. The steam is coming out of their ear. Ah! Ah! Anderson has an opinion. He's not allowed to do that. He's not real. His accomplishments are fake and phony and made up. I mean, guys, I'm just over here doing my thing, man. If you don't dig it, go dig somewhere else. It's really that simple. If you don't like what I'm putting down, go put down somewhere else. Just don't put me down in the process. There's no reason for it. If I'm so wrong and I'm so crazy and I'm so unqualified that I'll be able to fail all by myself, I won't need your help. Like if I'm such a fraud and a phony and a snake oil salesman and a used car salesman and I'm peddling snake oil, I should probably fail. Oh, but I haven't. It's the weirdest thing. Like, it's so crazy. We keep booking classes. We keep making champions. We keep improving people's lives instead of tearing them down. What a crazy concept. Like improving people's shooting careers, improving their lives. That's what we do. Oh my. Steam! More steam! Wow! What a crazy idea. That is not a good noise. I think we might be out of juice. I'm going to tell Mike I broke his fog machine. And Mike was supposed to be here. We'll get a video with Mike. We're going to go tour. He makes t-shirts at a place called Jute Mode. Jute Mode is making these phenomenal things. It'll be on the website very soon. We have solved the book shipping issue. What happened was I divorced my shipping manager, so that's why the books have been out of stock for so long. We have fixed that. And we got to tweak a couple of things. We should be able to start taking orders. The books won't arrive at the shipping facility until the 25th of April. So we'll open it up for pre-orders here before too long. So your refinement repetition, your principles of performance, your get to work will be available only on andersonshooting.com here very, very shortly. It was the craziest thing. Like, I hired this guy to solve this problem. And we're calling all these print on demand places. And it's like, well, this one doesn't want your business. This one's got problems. This one's complaining. And then I called him. I said, Paul, where are we at on this? He goes, you know what I was thinking? I'm just going to do it myself. Isn't that a great attitude? Like, if you want something done, just do it yourself. And I'm thinking, where was that idea 2 months ago? Like, I'll just do it myself. Well, I don't have a very big mailbox. I'll buy you a mailbox. Well, I'm not sure if they'll come pick it up. It's the mailman. It's his job. I don't think he has the option of not picking up the mail. I mean, that's his job. Now, it could be a female woman, a male man, or a female woman, a female. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. Number one, these are old ideas that I disagree with and I believe are wrong. If you choose to believe them, if you think you're correct, you are entitled to do that. Like, you can believe any one of these things if you want to. You don't have to agree with me. But if that's true, then I don't have to agree with you. And we can still be friends. Like, we can hang out. We can even have a friendly debate. What we're not going to do is vicious personal attacks, because that's not cool. That's just not cool. Like, why would we do that? If I'm so convinced my opinion is superior, then I don't need a vicious personal attack on somebody to put it out there. Like, what are we even doing here? Right? We could be holding hands, singing Kumbaya, and winning matches. Like, wouldn't that be smarter? Hang on, we're gonna come down a little bit. We don't need to see the ceiling. There we go. We need less ceiling and more Steve. Less ceiling and more Gene. There we go. Oh, that's what we're talking about. We're going to throw a wrench in the works for sure. Look at all them wrenches. All right, number one. When I was coming up, they told me it's going to take 10 years and 1 million rounds to make master. I made Grandmaster, which is an incontrovertible fact, in 9 months from getting an open gun. I was production A class, never lower than A class. You can look that up too if you want to. Right? You can look it up. I came out A class. 9 months later, open Grandmaster. It doesn't take 10 years and 1 million rounds. And you can do it with dry fire. See, being a Grandmaster is about the limit of human function with a firearm. Like, that is the top 5% of what a human being can do with a handgun. It ain't going to be easy, but dry fire makes it happen very, very quickly if you do it correctly. And if you insist on stellar accuracy during this process, it's going to take you much, much, much longer. It's elder abuse. Irresponsible. No. Doing things quickly with a handgun has nothing to do with hitting the target. If you are capable of firing an alpha at 7 yards, 1.2 seconds, it is not going to be an alpha when you do it in 0.95. And if you insist on that, you're wasting your time. You're literally wasting your time. You can already hit an alpha. Well, if it's not an alpha, okay, would you give it 5 minutes? Would you literally give it 5 minutes of less than alpha? 5 minutes to experience what it feels like to operate that tool in under a second. I feel like I'm triggering tools in under a second. But here's the deal. It has nothing to do with hitting the target. Getting the gun out of the holster, pointed toward the target, has nothing to do with the A zone. Nothing. And if you insist on those things happening at the same time, it's going to take a very, 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 very long time. And your self-image will be damaged, perhaps irreparably, during this process. Because you'll say, well, it's got to be an alpha, so it's got to be slow. Well, I don't want to be slow, but I want an alpha. All you have to do is learn to shoot alphas without consciously slowing down. It's the Christian Seiler method. It was the Rob Latham method. It's the Eric Graffel method. Jay Beal, Joey Sauerland, like all my guys, Gaz Evans, Rich Alloway, Jay Slater, right? Drew Maruski, all of my people that are out there kicking butt. The Canadians, Lise Mahoney, right? Shoot alphas without slowing down. It's a great strategy. Doesn't take 10 years or 1 million rounds. The only way to get better is to focus on your mistakes. Wrong. It's wrong. Okay? Why on earth would anybody want to study getting it wrong? Where do we do that in any other area of our life? Where? If I'm in sales, why am I going to study getting it wrong? Why am I going to do that? Okay? Diagnose, delete, correct. Instead, think of the solution. I am not saying to ignore your errors. I've never said that, not one single time. I've never said ignore. Well, I have said, it's not ignore your errors. It's skip to the solution immediately. Immediately, right? Immediately. The reason my third marriage ended is because my ex-wife was focused on the problems. Problem. And I'm over here going, what if we identify and agree on a solution and talk about that? Oh, you're just using mental management on me. I'm trying to employ a solution. I'm so glad it didn't work. And I'm so glad she had the courage. I can't thank her enough for pulling the plug, because I am free as a bird, happier than I have ever been. So happy that it irritates people. So if happiness irritates you, this ain't your program, right? If positive imprints irritates you, this is not your program. If you ain't digging it, you can go dig whatever you want, dig a hole as deep as you want. Just go dig it somewhere else and enjoy your own hole, right? Good grief. Okay, you got to slow down to get your hits. It's absolutely idiotic. Slowing down to get your hits is not smart. That is my opinion. Okay? Slowing down to get your hits is unnecessary. How about just get your hits? Right? So if I'm an IDPA and I'm shooting a bunch of 1s and 3s and I got to slow down, the target's 5 yards away, do I need to slow down to shoot a 0? If I do, that's not very smart, because they do keep track of time. What's dumb is shooting a 1. What's also dumb is slowing down to shoot a 0. What's really smart is shooting a 0. 5 yards away, it doesn't take that much time, right? And a little bit of dry fire, man, and if there's IDPA shooters out there, man, my IDPA training credentials are stellar. I got 2 shooters, 2 in the top 5 of the IDPA PCC World Shoot. 2 shooters, Steve Miles, Andy Willingham. Shoot 0s without slowing down and tighten up your mental game. IDPA is so simple. Shoot 0s. And then in training, learn to shoot 0s quicker. It's pretty great. It's pretty easy. It's a smart move. Okay? Oh, this here's a speed stage. Okay? The winner of every class will be determined by points. C class, points. B class, points. Super squad, points. Because the times on a speed stage are going to be very, very similar inside of each class. Okay? There's no such thing as a speed stage. There's just not. Okay? Super Squad talks about points on every stage. If you have not been around the Super Squad, they don't talk about time very much. One of them's probably going to hook up and put a second and a half every now and then, but 2 through 12 are going to be within a half second of each other, maybe closer. Okay? So I'm not a math whiz, but I'm just thinking. If the times are similar, points are going to be a factor, right? If time is fixed, relatively fixed, points are the variable. Therefore, the points are going to be important. Okay? Stage plan matters a lot. Oh, I wish the fog machine was still working, because let's see if we got one more burst of... Oh, we do! Ooh, that doesn't sound good. A little wisp of... sorry, Mike. We'll get you some more... Stop. There we go. Just a little wisp. So much steam is blown out that there's not a lot left. Okay, here's the deal. Unless you are so new that you're doing dumb stuff, your stage plan does not matter. It doesn't matter that much. Now, if you are intentionally doing dumb things that increases the amount of time spent not shooting, that's a problem. But if you've been in the sport longer than 2 years, you're probably not doing dumb stuff anymore. But what's really dumb is obsessing about your stage plan for 4 minutes with 1 minute to prepare. Like, that's not smart. That is not smart. And you know I'm right. Okay? Now that the steam has come out of your ears, let's look at this. How many times do you get beat with an amazing execution of the stage plan that wasn't the best? Not very often. And people that are honest, and this assumes we're not doing dumb stuff, right? You've got a B stage plan, an A+ execution, you're going to be fine. Now look at the flip side. How many times have you had the A+ stage plan, B- execution, and got your clock cleaned for free? Canine center courses. Like, that happens all the time. So then we can agree that execution is more important than plan. So then we can choose quickly. You can choose quickly, spend that time preparing. Joey Sauerland doesn't even do a pre-walk. He sees those stages for the first time when he rocks up to shoot them. He picks something dumb that he can remember. And those are his words. And then he focuses on calling his shots. It's pretty great, pretty smart. Okay? New shooter, national champion, Steve's way. Do we really think this is so absurd? Find me a shooter that's used another method to go from new shooter to national champion in 2 years. I'm not aware of one. I'm just not. I'm just not aware of one. And if you've got ideas out there and you're teaching classes and you're taking people from new shooter to national champion in 2 years, God bless you. And I wish you the best success. Could you do the same for me? Right? Could you return the favor? Right? It's crazy what's happening here. All right. Let's see. Oh, and if you can't decide, doesn't matter. If you're splitting hairs over going left or going right, the fact that you're splitting hairs means it does not. I got to get my pointy sword. Means it does not matter. Okay? All right. And you can use a stopwatch or the timer on your phone to evaluate your options. Right? So if you're looking at going left, going right, skipping a position, using a position, use the timer on your phone or use a stopwatch to air gun it both ways. Okay? If those two ways are probably going to be within a second of each other, go to confidence. If your data reveals with the stopwatch, if it reveals that one of those is significantly quicker, you've got your data. But obviously, you have to air gun them the same. You can't. People want to air gun their preferred way, like better air gunny, and that's not smart. But if you and by the way, how fast you do it doesn't matter as long as you do them both the same. Meaning you can go through there in speed mode. You should go pretty realistic to get realistic time. But if the options are viable, you're not going to find a lot of time difference. There was one time in Texas where we did that, and we found a 4-second opportunity. People wanted to hang back and snipe in the window, and they wanted to leave the first position instead of shooting there. So I said, hey, let's quit arguing and let's start timing. So we used a stopwatch, and we found a superior method by about 4 seconds. The cool thing about that is it gives you confidence in your stage plan. The cool thing about that is confidence in your stage plan. Let me make sure I get this right. Confidence in your stage plan. Yeah, it's hard to do backwards. Make your own jokes. Confidence in your stage plan goes right to your self-image where you get a higher level of subconscious skill. So, and you guys know this is true. We don't need to argue about this. When you love the stage and love your plan, you shoot better than when you hate the stage. And I got to scoot over. I'm supposed to be, Gina just put me behind the bike so we can see all the KISS stuff. There we go. Perfect. Oh, too far. Back this way. There we go. Excellent. So, go to confidence, focus on execution. Number 6, you got to be hard on yourself to get better. Nonsense. Absolute, utter drivel, in my opinion. Now, in a team environment, the self-image of the team is more important, potentially, self-image of the individual. Okay? But being hard on yourself, this is not being lazy. This is not being complacent. This is acknowledging that you're not lazy, that you're not complacent, that you are doing, just try it. Hey, I'm working hard and I'm getting better. That feels a whole lot better than too slow, too sloppy, can't, won't, don't. Those ideas go in your ammo box and come out of the end of your pistol. Well, that's what happens. And good ideas do the same thing. Hey, my strong hand weekend shooting is improving. That idea goes in your ammo box, gets put in your magazine, comes out the end of your gun. Just try it. Just try it. And if you're getting what you want, you don't need to do anything different. If you're not getting what you want, you might consider trying it my way. You might consider trying it the way of the guy that won the Olympics with it. He didn't invent it. He identified it. That's what he did. Okay? And by the way, if being hard on yourself is right, if it's good to just berate yourself, is that how you talk to your child? If you're a trainer, is that how you talk to your students? Is that how you talk to your wife? Is that how you talk to people you care about? No. And would you pay an instructor to talk to you that way? Well, I need to know what I'm doing wrong. Would you seriously pay an instructor to talk to you the way you talk to yourself? Hey, you idiot, why can't you do this? Would you pay for that? Or would you rather pay for, good job, try again? Good job, here's an opportunity. Good job, here's a way I think we can do it a little bit better. Right? Let's try that. Crazy. If you do this, you will get stuck in the middle of the pack. Now, you'll have some success for sure. Right? When you're working hard with a kind of a poor mental game or mental game opportunity, you can have some success for sure. But true national championship title success will elude you. It just will. Okay? I'm just sorry to tell you. Number 7, self-image is ego and is evidence of cockiness or arrogance. That is untrue. So self-image is the repository for your thoughts of your ability. Ego is the repository for your thoughts about importance. So if you want to be important and you want people to look at you, that's ego, right? If you're confident in your ability, what you know you can do, that's self-image. Okay, that's the difference. Hey, look at me, I'm important. That's ego. Hey, I'm the best in the business and I can help you reach your goals. That's self-image. See the difference? On the range, I am never, ever, ever the most important person there. The most important person there is our friend Carol. The most important person there is my friend Dragon. Nick Reynolds, the arsonist Mike Haynes, right? Hambone, Chuck, Steve the Revolver Guy. These are the most important people there. I'm skipping one. Shane. They are the most important people when I'm on the range. I am just holding the flashlight. Like, I'm not the most important guy. I'm really not, okay? So, anybody who wants to be important, that's ego. Anybody who believes they can help people, that's self-image. That's much, much, much more helpful. Okay? All right, number 8. You can shoot 2 shots on one sight picture if you have the right grip and the right gun and the right load. It is not true. So, the industry wants you to believe that 2 shots on one sight picture is possible a majority of the time. And that is wrong. Flat, dead wrong. Okay? This is wrong. 2 shots on one sight picture is dumb if you're out of your blast zone. Every gun, every shooter, every situation has a blast zone, and that's not even really one sight picture. Well, it's one continuous sight picture, right? So it would be, I've got it. Okay, so here's the deal. One sight picture. Boom, boom. Second shot's going to be bad. 2 sight pictures. Boom, brrr, boom, brrr. That's slow. A rolling sight picture looks like this. Watch it lift, watch it return. Watch it lift, watch it return. And if you're shooting steel, you want to make sure you're in the face and not the logo because of your margin of error. Okay? If you call a shot here, it's 50-50 here, 50-50 here. If you call a shot here, gotta get the nose on there. 50-50 here, 50-50 here, 50 here, or 50 there. Those are all good shots. But if you call it high up in the Anderson, if you call the shot up in the Anderson, 50% chance of missing. If you call a shot down here in the shooting, 50% chance of missing. But when you see dot lift and dot return, it's always the right speed. Always, always, always the right speed. Always. Okay? Dot lift, dot return. Okay, number 9, you got to give 110% is wrong, in my opinion. 110% will always cause conscious override and produce errors because your conscious mind doesn't know how to do things. Your conscious mind trains the subconscious and then moves on to other things that are more interesting. Your conscious mind doesn't know how to draw the gun. Conscious mind doesn't know how to reload the gun. Conscious mind taught the subconscious. Conscious mind figured it out and trained the subconscious how to do it. Okay? And then it moves on. And you know this is true, right? If you think about your draw, if you think about your reload, you're going to screw it up. In most cases. Most cases. Okay? All right. 110% is just wrong. Also 90% is also wrong. You got to come out of the gate at about 80% is not correct because slowing down is just as bad as speeding up, right? You're consciously controlling your speed, which by definition means you're not getting subconscious performance, which by definition means you're not getting access to your training, okay? Okay, number 10, accurate shooting will be slow. Nonsense. That's ridiculous. Accurate shooting is not slow shooting. And slow shooting is not accurate shooting. Slow shooting is slow shooting. Accurate shooting is accurate shooting. Okay? They don't need to be codependent. Fast shooting will be sloppy. Also, not true. Now, if you choose fast shooting, that will be sloppy. Okay? But if you've developed skills in dry fire that allow fast shooting, and you're watching dot lift and dot return and it allows fast shooting, that's it. That's it. That's the right speed. Number 12, high hit factor allows sloppy shooting. Well, so a higher hit factor will tolerate some inaccuracy. However, that doesn't mean you're blasting mics and deltas. So that's not what that means. It means that a little bit looser green shot is acceptable. That means if this Hunter's HD Gold Cache that you get with every class on AndersonShooting.com, if this is the A zone, normally my green zone is just slightly out of the A zone because I'm not going to shoot all alphas. It just means that my green zone is a little larger, and I might take a couple yellows. I'm certainly not going to make them up. okay? It just means, yeah, I can be a little bit looser, but I'm not going to shoot Charlies and Deltas on purpose. I don't think anybody's advocating that. Like, it isn't like, oh, it's a 13 hit factor. I've got 4 targets left. Haven't shot any deltas. Delta, 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 because a delta is not necessarily any faster than an alpha. And if you do it right, the alpha is going to be just as fast as the delta. And in some cases, we're talking about transitions, the alpha will be faster than the delta. I promise you, I can show you how to do it. It's really cool. Number 13, every round has to be accurate in training is not true. And if you don't believe me, you can ask Todd Jarrett. Todd Jarrett told me that in my very first issue of Front Sight magazine. If you're not missing in practice, I forget the exact words. I believe it was something along the lines of, if you're not missing in practice, you're not getting better or you're not getting faster. That's for sure true. And I don't remember the exact wording now. I'll think of it in a minute. But if you're insistent on alphas in practice, you will not get faster. And if you're dry firing on tiny targets, you will never get faster. It's just not possible. Okay? Like if I'm, right, if this is my target and it's 9 feet away, that's like a 50-yard shot. You don't get faster on 50-yard shots. You get faster on big, close shots. That's where you get faster. And then you get that limit of human function expanded. You're going to present the gun the exact same way for every shot. 25-yard headshot, same draw, same presentation. Okay? The shot will be delayed by the sight picture required, but you're going to get the exact same presentation because a slow draw on a difficult shot is dumb. That's my opinion. Okay? So every round does not need to be accurate in training, and if every round in training is accurate, you're not getting faster. Okay? Number 14, you need alphas on partials. This is risky and unnecessary, and I have tested it extensively. And if you want to argue with me, you're going to do so by yourself. I've tested this so many times. Okay? Center of the available target area is faster and less risky and produces a hit factor the vast majority of the time. Okay? All right. Number 15, leaning, moving, and grip causes bad shots. Leaning does not cause bad shots. Moving does not cause bad shots. Entries, exits, grip does not cause bad shots. What happens is they produce poor sight pictures. Somebody chooses to fire on, that produces bad shots. The poor sight picture is what's produced by those things, not the bad shot. The bad shot is caused by the shooter who chose to fire on a poor sight picture. Leaning had nothing to do with the bad shot. It created the conditions that created the poor sight picture that caused the bad shot. So you wait. Check this out. You don't slow down. You wait. You wait. 3 to 5 hundredths of a second for a slightly better sight picture. If you get a bad grip on the draw, you wait 3 to 5 hundredths for a slightly better sight picture. It'll feel like 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 5 minutes, 3 to 5 hours, days, weeks, months, and years. But what is your option? If you're drawing on steel and you fire on a poor sight picture, are you going to hit it? No, you're not. So wait until the sight picture becomes appropriate. Number 16, thinking about nothing on demand is possible and should be encouraged. Okay, thinking about nothing on demand is not possible. Try it. Think about nothing. I was thinking about the fog machine. I'll try it again. Think about nothing. That time I pictured a pink elephant because that's usually the example I give. Think about nothing. I'm picturing the wrenches behind me. Okay? The only way to induce thinking about nothing that I'm aware of is to get 100% immersed in shot calling. When you are 100% immersed in watching the dot lift and return, that's the closest you're going to get to thinking about nothing. And I believe that's observing and not thinking. I believe that's knowing and not thinking. And again, that's just my opinion. If you have a different one, you're entitled to it. And if you're entitled to yours, I'm entitled to mine. That's just the way it's going to work around here. I control the imprints around here to self-image. Okay? Number 17, reshoots are cursed. That's just wrong. The reason reshoots are cursed is because the shooter does not know how they got the good run. They literally don't know what they did. That's why they're afraid of the reshoot. How can I get another good run if I don't know what I did? I can't. I can't get a good run if I don't know what I did. And I mean specifically, okay? Did you get a subconscious stage plan? Yeah. Yes. Did you let your shooting speed be governed by vision? Yes. That produces a good run. If you do that again, your run will be similar. I promise. Reshoot may be better, maybe not. Okay? But if you know how you got a good run, you can duplicate that process. The result is a variable by definition, therefore it cannot be duplicated. The process is a fixed by definition, therefore it can be duplicated. Number 18, the best shooters are the best trainers. Not even a little bit anywhere near being true. Okay? There are some great shooters who are great coaches, but not all great shooters are great coaches. They're just not the same. They're just not the same. Okay? A great shooter is a great shooter. A great coach is a great coach. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're not. Doesn't matter. Okay? Number 19, the top shooters aren't using their sights. So people believe this. And this idea is so ridiculous to me because I am a top shooter. Okay? We use our sights. It's just that simple. Okay? Top shooters use their sights. Rob Latham said it. If you don't believe I'm a top shooter, that's cool. You can believe Rob Latham. Oh, and by the way, why am I not getting credit for my amazing revolver shooting in that class? Like, of all the things we talked about, why didn't we talk about Anderson taking a guy's revolver and beating him with it? Why did that not come up? Why are we not debating that? Oh, I know, because it's good and positive. It makes me look good. Can't do that. No, not an option. Oh, it is for me though, because I control the imprints around here to my self-image, and you can do the same. Okay? Let's see. But yes, top shooters are absolutely using their sights, for sure. Number 20, you need a perfect grip for all dry fire. That is not true in my opinion. And if you want 100% perfect live fire grip for all of your dry fire, and you're over 30 and you're dry firing more than 20 or 30 minutes a day, you're going to get shooter's elbow. This is all there is to it. Because think about it, when you shoot, when you live fire, you are not exerting pressure on that grip the entire time. You're loading magazines. Right? You're doing other things. In dry fire, you're gripping that gun pretty much the entire time. And if you attempt to have 100% realistic live fire grip on that, driving me nuts there. Yeah, that's better. If you attempt to have 100% perfect live fire grip for all of your dry fire, you are going to get shooters. See, this doesn't. I need Gene's eyeballs and I need the Walther logo at the same time. And we'll get one eye and the logo. One of Gene's eyes. Okay. All right, let's see. This will cause shooter's elbow. The cure for shooter's elbow is wrist curls, reversed wrist curls, and skull crushers. Right? You do this, do this, do this. Okay? That will treat, cure, prevent shooter's elbow. You could do the flexi thing too. I haven't studied that as much. That seems to be helpful. But my go-to for shooter's elbow is wrist curls, reverse wrist curls, and skull crushers. Okay? Number 21, third-party verification is required for dry fire accuracy. That is untrue. A visible laser coming out of your gun is a terrible idea most of the time above the beginner level. So a beginner can benefit from a laser cartridge that's visible on the wall, a SIRT pistol. A beginner can benefit from that because they can truly see how much trigger is steering the gun around. But above the beginner level, you should be able to see that in the sights, for sure in a red dot. Like if I'm honking the trigger so bad, right? If I'm honking the trigger so bad that it moves the muzzle, I'm going to be able to see that in the dot if I'm paying attention to it. Okay? So I believe that using your gun and your timer is the best way to dry fire. Nothing against the ACVR at all. Absolutely nothing against it. I think it's fantastic. All I'm saying is it ain't necessary. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Let's see. Number 22, mental management is optional. That is untrue. In fact, the less you know about mental management, the more it's hurting you. Because these are not things you can opt in or opt out of. These are incontrovertible, scientifically proven. I don't know if it's scientific. I'm not sure what the definition of scientific is. I suppose that would be having undergone rigorous hypotheses and testing. It doesn't matter. Proven regardless. Whether it's scientifically proven or not, it's true. And you know it. When you possess strategy, skill, and confidence provided by conscious, subconscious self-image, that's performance. That is performance. Like, why would you want to argue about that? Like, hey, I know how to win. No, you don't. No, you've never produced any winners. Okay, see you later. Have a nice day. Let's see. Number 23, avoiding positions and sniping is always a good idea. So we see that a lot with newer dot shooters, particularly older shooters, people that maybe aren't very quick on their feet. They want to hang back and snipe instead of rushing the position. Rushing the position is usually better. There's nothing that I'm aware of that's universal in stage planning except reducing the amount of time spent not shooting. That's universal. Specific things like rushing the port, probably not 100% universal, but I do want to tell you, if you guys remember Optics, what was it? I believe it was Optics Nationals 23, if I'm not mistaken. The stage that had 3 shooting areas. When I did the pre-walk with B and C class shooters, they said only an idiot would use the front position because you didn't have to. That was the first thing JJ Racaza said. First thing Max Michel said. I'm absolutely going to go to the front. Okay, absolutely. And knowing your stats can help you make those decisions. Do you know how long it takes you to move 12 feet and fire an accurate shot? Do you know your typical splits at 30 yards versus 10 yards? Like, do you know those numbers? Because those numbers can be very helpful in making those decisions. Let's see, where are we at? Number 24, hit factor scoring favors speed over accuracy. Well, no. Only if shooter A is significantly faster can he afford to be sloppy. That's why locally it can work. Like every local match has a guy that gets a mic on every stage and wins the match. People think that's the model. That's not the model. Because that guy is going to come back from an area match with a very, very, very shiny clock. All right, he's going to get a free clock cleaning, no charge. If you think going fast and taking mics is the way to win area or national matches, it's just not. And here's the great part. If you think it is, you're free to do it. Like, it won't bother me one bit. It won't affect me one iota. If you want to keep controlling your speed and looking at speed stages and taking mics by going fast, that won't bother me a bit. But I'll be here when you're ready to try something new. Like, I'll be waiting for you. Okay? Like, hello, dumbass, my old friend. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be here for you. It's going to be fine. Okay? All right. Let's see. Clean match should be the goal. Oh, wait. Number 25, you don't need your sights on close targets. Not smart. A close target is a really bad place to take a Charlie, Delta, or mic. Like, that's not smart, right? And if you're dry firing at all, you can acquire your dot just as quickly as you can point and shoot the gun. I've tested it, and I've proven it over and over and over again. But that's from the perspective of a shooter that dry fires a lot. A shooter that doesn't dry fire, sure, your point shot will be faster for sure, but do you really want to take a Charlie and risk a Delta or a mic to save, in extreme case, 0.3 of a second? Like, that would be a guy who never dry fires and just can't find his dot. Might save 0.3, 0.5 point shooting. It's not worth risking a Charlie or Delta, or for sure not a Delta or a mic. Okay? And this goes back to these other old, tired fallacies. It's like people that believe this are engaging in, I gotta make sure I say this right, fallatio. Like, they're engaging in orally repeating fallacies, so they're engaging in fallatio. Like, it's not smart to keep repeating these things with your mouth. These fallacies over and over again, that's fallatio. We don't need to be doing that, okay? Oh, sorry, fallatio. Fallacy-o, okay? Let's see, number 26, a clean match should be the goal. That is not a good idea. That will cause under-trying. Now, I'm not saying that a clean match is bad. I'm saying as a goal, it is going to slow you down. That is the conscious control of speed. That is going to be an error. Slowing down is just as wrong as speeding up. Okay? Number 27, you should always fall out of the last position. So we see this a lot. If there's a stage that has a really dramatic last shot, and you can kind of explode out of there and fall down, people love to do that, and they will. It'll be very dramatic. But those last shots are typically pretty poor because the shooter got exactly what they wanted. What they wanted was a really dramatic, exciting exit. What they didn't want was a good shot. Because if they wanted a good shot, they could have had one. What they wanted was a dramatic, explosive exit that looked really cool on Instagram. That's what they wanted, and that's exactly what they got. Okay? So, yes, you will occasionally fall out of position, but the more explosively, dynamically, cartoonically you do that, it's not good. Number 28, if you're slow, you need to shoot more Charlies. That is wrong, in my humble opinion. Okay? If you're slow, you need to learn to be faster. But going out there and spraying Charlies when you're slow, that is not smart, and that creates this sort of tunnel of suck that you're going to be stuck in for a long time. Like, you'll be taking you'll be riding the struggle bus to the tunnel of suck, and you'll sign a lease there. Okay? Let's see, where are we at now? Number 29, you need fast splits to win. Not true. Splits are the highest risk for the least reward. And I want you to learn to calculate the value of makeups as points down divided by a known or hypothetical hit factor. This is the best use of a known hit factor for the vast majority of shooters. Okay. Oh, I'm in A class. An A class guy's gone through here. He's got a 6 hit factor. That means a mic is worth 2 seconds. All right. Let me make sure I got that right. 15 divided by 3, 6. I didn't get that math right. 5 is easier. So if it's a 5 hit factor, 15 divided by 3 is 5. That means a mic is worth 5 seconds. I'm making sure I got that math right. Yeah, 15 divided by 5, 3. Yeah, 3 seconds. Okay. I don't want to let a minor mathematical error, because I don't have my calculator with me, irreparably damage my shooting career. You know, like I'm already doing that on my own, right? It's already being damaged. So points down divided by hit factor tells you what that event is worth from a time perspective. Okay, splits, highest risk, least reward. Number 30, overall finish is the goal. That's not a great goal unless you're shooting open or PCC. So I do not understand this obsession with overall finish. Like, I don't get it. Your job is to win your class inside your division. Then your job is to win your division. That's the goal. And when you win at nationals, when you win your class at nationals, that is a national title. So can we agree it's a title? Okay. So when I won First Master, can we call that a title? And then if it happened at nationals, can we call it a national title? And guys, if you disagree, that is fine with me. You're free to have that opinion, but it also means I'm free to have mine, because I control the imprints around here to my self-image. I'm in control of those imprints. Me. I'm in control of the imprints to my self-image. Okay? All right, number 32, maximum effort produces maximum results. That is incorrect, untrue, and wrong. Maximum effort will cause conscious override that will cause errors. Now, maximum effort is good in training. If you want to find a new gear, if you want to find a new limit of human function, I highly endorse maximum effort. In training, what does it feel like? Right? If your draw is stuck at a 1-2 at 7 yards, that 0.9, 0.8 is going to feel different. We need to capture that feeling. What does that feel like? And you got to do it safely. Okay? What does that feel like? It's going to feel different. So if you can remember and capture that feeling is available to you. So now you're presenting the gun much quicker. And if you're shooting for score, you're going to get a faster, good shot after you go through this process. It takes about 5 minutes. Literally takes 5 minutes. Oh, we've seen evidence of that. And it was safe. Yes, that happened. We can agree on that. Now we can be friends. Because man, holy moly. Okay, so number 33, negative imprints can be outsmarted. I see this a lot. I will get on somebody for negative imprints, and they will literally think it doesn't apply to them. Hey man, those negative imprints are damaging your shooting consistency. No, they're not. You're inconsistent, right? Yeah, I'm inconsistent, but that's not because of negative imprints. Oh, okay. Well, so consistency is the quality of your thoughts and your ability to duplicate them. That's what it is, right? So when you're shooting well, if you have high quality thoughts and you can duplicate them, that's what creates consistency. But if you don't know what you're doing when you're getting it right, you're not going to be consistent. And if you never let yourself get it right, how are you ever going to know what you're doing when you get it right? This goes back to positive imprints, right? If I'm being hard on myself and nothing's ever good enough, nothing's ever fast enough, nothing's ever accurate enough, what am I going to duplicate? The fact that nothing's never good enough. Nothing's ever good enough. Okay? That's all you have to duplicate. All you have to duplicate in that environment is anger and dissatisfaction. That's not a great way to get consistent results. Okay? Number 34, stages should be consciously. So the word consciously could mean different things. When I say stages should not be shot consciously, it means stages shot with active thought on skill is not going to be as good as stages where we trust subconscious skill and shoot the speed of sight. That's going to be better. Okay? So when I say stages should not be shot consciously, what I mean is they should be shot without conscious thought of subconscious skill. If we use our conscious mind to take control of subconscious skill, it's going to produce errors because the conscious mind doesn't know how to do these things. It trains the subconscious, then it moves on to more interesting things like lighted neon kiss signs and fog machines. Okay? Number 35. Talking about mistakes is necessary and normal. That is flat wrong and will doom you to the middle of the pack forever. Talking about mistakes causes you to picture mistakes. Picturing mistakes causes you to learn what they look like. Knowing what they look like keeps that picture in your mind, tends to be your immediate future. Yes, when you make a mistake, it needs to be diagnosed, but you already know the solution. What I want you to do is go from the mistake to the solution as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. Staying stuck on the mistake, studying the mistake, makes you an expert in making mistakes. Well, you got to do it to get better. No, you don't. You really don't have to. And if you want to, you're welcome to. Like if you want to document all your mistakes, that's great. You are free to do that. But if you're free to do that, I'm free to recommend something else. Can we agree on that? You recommend what you want to recommend. I'll recommend what I want to recommend. And people can choose. Like it's great. You can come talk to the guy who's having fun and giving you solutions. Or you could go find somebody, I don't even know who it would be. You can find somebody that wants to point out your mistakes, help you be an expert in them, so you can go make more of them. Like you've got the choice. Don't even need to argue. You can vote with your wallet. It's so easy, right? But I've got a track record of success here that I will not let you take away from me. I just won't do it. Well, and you can't because it's indelible, right? I earned it. I studied this stuff. I gave Laney Basham a big old pile of money to be able to teach his life's work. And I believe in it. I believe in it so strongly, it is tattooed upon my skin. Okay? All right. Number 36, the final one. If you think it's possible to stop thinking or stop thinking about something, I disagree with that. Okay? It is not possible to stop a thought. It is possible to replace a thought with another one. That creates the same environment as stopping it, but that's not stopping a thought. Okay? Quit thinking about ice cream. Ooh. Chocolate with raspberry chunks. Quit thinking about ice cream. Oh, the other one's vanilla. That's how that works. Okay. Think about a banana. Oh, now I'm thinking about a banana. See, you can't stop a thought, but you can replace it. And thinking about nothing on demand is not a good goal. Trying to get out of your own head is not a good goal because these things are not possible. It is possible to get into your own head, however, and change what you're thinking about. That's very, very, very possible. All right, the key to busting video analysis is $100. Comes with one of these. You actually make money on the deal. Why are we not doing that? Even if you don't think she can help you, you can make $100. Like, what are we doing here? Okay, go to andersonshooting.com, upcoming classes, and do that now. April 19th, Mental Management Marathon all day long. Keita Bussey will be joining me at Rayners July 12th and 13th. The 11th of July, I'll be doing mental management all day long at Rayners Range. April 12th and 13th, that's this weekend starting tomorrow, Kalamazoo, Michigan. July 25 and 26, I wish I knew where I was going to be. I'm going to be somewhere. I just didn't write it down. Bud's Gun Shop, Salyerville, Tennessee. It might be Indiana. It's Salyerville for sure at Bud's Gun Shop. At any rate, you can go to the website and check it out. Okay. April 16th is the first ever journal club. We're going to be doing those at least once a month. So you can come to the journal club and read your journal entries. It's going to be great. And I will be there to help you evaluate them. Even that one, it's either 25 or $50, comes with one of these. Like, how great is that? You're going to make either 150 or 175 learning how to do a better journal entry. Like, this is a no-brainer. Okay. April 23rd is the insiders meeting. That's free, but you have to sign up for it. If you're an insider, May 27, 28, and 29, Mental Management Online, 1 p.m. or 7 p.m. And May 17th, Mental Management Marathon. And there's a lot of other things going on. So please go to andersonshooting.com, click on upcoming classes, and the books will probably start taking, today's the 11th, we'll probably start taking pre-orders soon. Once we get a better idea on the shipping date. That way, Refinement Repetition, the world's first and greatest dry fire book, Principles of Performance, and Get to Work will be available very soon at andersonshooting.com, so keep looking for that. Okay? All right, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate the support I've gotten from all of my new friends. Thank you so much for supporting me. Like Nate Paulson used some logic to keep a guy from dogging me, and I gave him a free class. So like defending Steve with against these vicious personal attacks, like he got a free class out of it by just using some logic. I love it. It's so great. It makes me as happy as this guy right here. So until we meet again, online, on the range, on the phone, anywhere else, be like me, do what I do, say it with me. 1, 2, 3, love you, bye, and get to work.